And news just coming in, the Indian Air Force has launched a Mi-17 helicopter in Kathmandu for a damage assessment exercise. The Indian Air Force team will film the extent of damage and report. Based on that, relief teams will be dispatched after this assessment report filters in. The information that is coming in so far seems to indicate that in Lukla, which is the Namche Bazar area, this is where the base, from where the march to the base camp for Mount Everest begins. This is what is being reported is that there are reports of extensive damage to property in this area. Locals say that perhaps not many deaths or injuries, but property has been damaged. Now, on the 25th of April, several villages had seen property destruction in this area. In Lukla, the hospital building has also been hit. Now, at the Everest base camp, from what we're being told, most of the teams have already been evacuated. So there is no adverse news till now. Headlines today's Jugal Purohit now joins us with the latest. Jugal, what more can you tell us about IAF launching a Mi-17 helicopter for damage assessment? What more do you have for us?
Well, Gaurav, what you're saying is absolutely right. We must inform our viewers that while all along the Nepal Operation Metri has been going on, the Indian teams are still very much in place. 8 helicopters of the Air Force and Army Aviation are still there in Kathmandu and in Pokhara carrying out operations. Now, when this particular earthquake of 7.4 on the Richter scale took place this afternoon, obviously the assets, manpower, the expertise is all there in Nepal already. Now, what we understand is that in conjunction with the Nepalese Army's request, the Indian Air Force will now very shortly be flying a Mi-17 helicopter, which will basically go beyond Kathmandu. And this is what is the drill even forward after the 25th April earthquake. This helicopter will fly to the area surrounding Lukla, surrounding Namche Bazar, extremely high altitude regions. It will also fly over Gorkha, which was the epicenter of the last earthquake. And the mission will be to basically assess the damage that has taken place so that any further efforts can be streamlined and aid and relief material accordingly dispatched. Also, Gaurav, I've just spoken to locals in the Lukla Namche Bazar region, very close to the epicenter of this particular earthquake. Now, what I'm being given to understand by these locals is that a lot of them, while speaking to us, were telling us that they have their own houses completely damaged. They have their own buildings completely devastated, which was not the case last time after 25th of April. Now that is the case. I'm also given to understand that in Lukla region, the hospital building has been hit, which is a very damaging piece of news. But the good part is, Gaurav, is that in all of this, there is no loss of life that is being reported. There are no injuries that are being reported. So we had traveled along the Lukla Namche Bazar region last time, seen many villages completely damaged. Now, today's report tells us that more of these villages have been damaged, and the structures which had sustained damage back then are perhaps no more. But fortunately, no loss of life. Yes, people will have a very, very tough time, especially because the temperatures out there are extremely low. And now, with the heads, with shelter over many heads gone, it's only going to make things more difficult.
Okay. As far as the Everest base camp is concerned, now Lukla Namche Bazar is the launching area for Everest expeditions. This is the peak business season, and that has been completely devastated because of the April 25th earthquake. There are no teams at the base camp. They were all evacuated after the 25th April earthquake that left 18 dead, Jugal.
Gaurav, we are given to understand that there were still 1 or 2 teams more, perhaps from the Sherpas, perhaps to keep a track of all the equipment that a lot of people left behind in hurry. There were a few people, very few, 1 or 2 teams which were still camping out there, is what I'm given to understand by locals in that region. There is no adverse news till now, is what the people are telling me, but the number, as you rightly pointed out, significantly less. Yes, you're right, the peak season was on, but after the 25th of April, we were reporting from that very area of people coming out in hundreds, getting out of that area, trying to get back to safety. So that area, on account of the 25th April earthquake, today is devoid of the kind of tourists and the numbers it would otherwise have had.